We could not make camp in the damp forest glade, so I led my companions along an old path towards the base of the mountain. It was overgrown with all manner of foliage, and the footing was difficult. Armor and weapons littered the path, and stakes stood tall, covered with vines and moss. Glancing around, I spotted a magnificent blade. Light yet firm and unblemished by the elements, it shone in the rain and lightning, a lone light in the darkening trail. The hilt was fashioned from steel, inlaid with silver and gold to form the figure of a defiant, wingless dragon. As we reached the summit, I could not believe my eyes. A ruined yet imposing castle loomed above us. Quietly rejoicing, my comrades moved towards their new camp. Then we heard the howls. Two massive wolves bounded out of the door of the castle towards my soldiers. Fearing for their lives, they drew weapons, only to hear a voice from the shadows address the wolves or the men in a thick Malachian accent. "Stand down, fellows!" Throwing large slabs of meat to the ravenous wolves, he calmed them and satiated their hunger. Then he turned to us. "Welcome to Poyanari Castle, the ancient stronghold of the Draculesti." The mysterious man raised his hands in a gesture of welcome. "It is well that your path has led you here. Come inside, sit by the fire and feast, while I tell you the tale of Vlad Dracula." My lord! The landscape around us is crawling with Daneshti scum, but 3 local voivodes resist Vladislav's reign. We should seek them out and see if they are willing to join our cause.
Evet.
Dracula, your timing could not have been better. Vladislav's forces march here as we speak. Take my men and drive them off.
Evet.
Tamam yaparım. Allah Allah.
Forward, men! Bring me Mircha's head!
Tamam. Yaparım. Tamam.
Well fought, Dracula. I will follow you to the abyss and back.
hazır ol. Yaparım.
That rascal Vladislav had seized the nearby settlement and cut us off from our trade. If you can retake it, I will reward you handsomely.
Evet. Emret. Hazır ol. Emret, ileri. Saldır. Hazır ol. Evet. Tamam. Emret, yaparım. Evet.
Bless you, Dracula. This man will do your bidding, and this gold will finance your war.
Evet, tamam. Yaparım. Hazır ol. Tamam. Emret. Evet, yaparım. Tamam. Hazır ol, yaparım.
Vladislav pillages my lands with impunity, Dracula. Even now, more of his reavers prepare to cross the nearby bridge. Find a way to destroy it, and all of the men that I can muster are yours.
Lord Dracula, the Daneshti fools store a cache of gunpowder inside that tower overlooking the river. If we were to fire it, the explosion would surely be enough to demolish that bridge.
Aha, the sweet smell of burning gunpowder. Oh, you are a man worthy of my loyalty, Dracula.
The wolf is cornered, but not yet dead. It is time to take the fight to his den. This is the rebel you bring before me? Prepare to feel the wrath of Daneshti.
Evet, tamam. Emret. Hazır ol. İleri. Emret. Hazır ol. Yaparım. Tamam. Evet. Hazır ol. Emret. Evet. Hazır ol. Evet. Evet. Emret. Allah Allah.
Slay all the nasty that you find. but bring Vladislav to me. I want him alive.
My lord, a large Hungarian army approaches from the north, with Vladislav at its head.
Curses! We cannot hope to face such a force. I will seek refuge with my cousin Bogdan in Moldavia.
I stepped forth, holding out the mysterious sword and scabbard for our host to inspect.
The Order of the Dragon, he said at once. What you have just brought me is the lost blade of Vlad Dracula himself. I was shocked and immediately demanded an explanation. Our host's eyes flashed, and there was a strained look on his face. Finally, the rush of memories seemed to slow and become more controlled. That is a long story. But then again, we have a long time until dawn. Dracula sought refuge at the Moldavian court. There, he learned that Vladislav II had begun to mediate peace talks between the Ottomans and Hungarians, securing his position as voivode of Wallachia. Furious, Dracula swore vengeance on Ottomans, Wallachian boyars, and Danish clansmen alike. Dracula knew that he needed to enlist the aid of the Hungarians against Vladislav II, whose policies favored the Ottomans. He also remembered his education under the Crusading Order of the Dragon and wanted to honor his vows. The Order was a powerful ally, and their Crusader knights would serve Dracula well against his enemies. As he paced the streets of the Moldavian capital, Dracula mused over his plan to reclaim his kingdom. As the mysterious old man paused, I rose up to take another slab of venison. The old man stared into the fire, watching the flames dance as if they were soldiers involved in a raging battle. His eyes flashed again as a thought entered his mind, and he grasped the majestic old sword. Meanwhile, Sultan Mehmet II had ascended to the Ottoman throne. Dracula loathed Mehmet from their time in Edirne, and he knew that the Turks would be a thorn in his side for years to come. In 1453 they had conquered Constantinople, but they were presently occupied with campaigns in Greece and Serbia. Bogdan II, Dracula's cousin and the new voivode of Moldavia, had heard of his kinsman's plight and offered his help. If Dracula could cross the Carpathian Mountains into Transylvania and ally with Hungary, then they could launch a three-pronged assault on Vladislav II and the Turks.
Welcome, Vlad. What do you desire from humble Moldavia?
I need advice on how to reclaim Wallachia, my birthright.
To the northwest, in the Transylvania forest, lies the Bran Castle, a stronghold of the Order of the Dragon. You will find supporters there.
We will ride there with all haste.
Go, but beware of the nasty troops on the road.
This mine may prove useful later.
Halt, friends! A large Deneshti force blocks the mountain pass. If you were to slay the Deneshti general in command of the forward camp, it may draw the attention of the army and lure them away.
Die, scum! And now, quickly to the pass. Arise, brothers of the dragon! Let us send the usurper to his grave!
Parancs, gazdálkodó.
Gazdálkodok. Jó nap, gazdálkodok. Igen, gazdálkodok.
Gazdálkodó. Jó nap, gazdálkodó. Gazdálkodó. Gazdálkodó. Gazdálkodó. Gazdálkodó. Szolgálatára.
Parancs? Igenis. Építkezek.
Parancs.
Építkezek. Szolgálatára. Értettem. Igen. építkezem.
Dracula, I see no point in us fighting when we share a common enemy in the Turks. If you would supply our army, we would gladly aid your cause.
Jó napot!
Excellent! We fight with you!
Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Igen?
You may have the support of the Hungarians,
Építkezek.
but I have the Ottomans behind me. You will make a fine target for our gunners.
Jó napot! Építkezek.
We can use these mining camps to help clear away the rubble from that bridge. order of the dragon is decadent but feeble. My tongue, trample you into the dirt.
Long live Vlad Dracula! The elderly man gave a thin smile. Tenacity of mind can compensate for other disadvantages. As Dracula slaughtered untold numbers of enemy troops, the large circle of impaled men outside Targovista grew to awe and disgust travelers for weeks to come. Dracula owned Wallachia once more, but it was not the land his forebears ruled. Barren from endless wars, it was rife with corruption, crime, and poverty. Aghast, I asked my host how Dracula managed to reform a ruined shell of a country so quickly. Grinning, the light flashed across the old man's eye again. Dracula despised dishonesty and crime and sought to eliminate it. He knew that Wallachia had to become strong enough to face its enemies, and soon. And so, his reforms began.